What is up, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in to another video here in the parking garage with the Z. Today I'm finally going to be giving you guys a cost breakdown of how much it costs to boost your 350Z. As you guys can see, I got the rim mount turbo kit set up, and the rim mount turbo kits are a lot cheaper than the top mount or mid mount kits, and mine's custom, so it's even cheaper than if you were to buy a rim mount kit already built. And for HR owners, this price is going to be completely different for you because mine is a DE, and the HR parts are way more expensive than DE parts. It's way cheaper to boost a DE than an HR. So if you got a DE, this video is for you. You're in luck. But if you got an HR, the prices are gonna vary on some parts, but not all the parts. So basically, what's gonna be different is the intercooler and the charge pipe setup. Other than that, like the other parts I have on the car, like as far as fueling and the turbo, it still will work on your HR. As you guys know from before, I had the Turbonetics kit, I had the intercooler, and I had the Turbonetics turbo right here in the back. I originally had the top mount kit, but the piping on that kit got thrown away, so that's why I ended up going with the custom rear mount turbo kit. So I already had the intercooler and the turbo, but Alright guys, so first you're gonna need an intercooler. This is the Turbonetics intercooler, but you can get really any intercooler that will fit. A lot of them are universal, so you could get any one, but they'll run you around $250 for an intercooler. And yeah, that's it for the intercooler. I don't have an expensive turbo. This is the turbo from the Turbonetics kit, but if you want to buy this turbo costs around $500. So you have $250 for the intercooler, $500 for the turbo. While we're already back here, we have the scavenge pump. The scavenge pump costs $70 roughly. I'm not gonna put like taxes on it or anything, but the scavenge pump is $70. And the wastegate is gonna run you from anywhere from $200 to $500, but the one I have was $200. So yeah, that's it for back here. The route that I took on this was actually more expensive than it should have been, or it could have been for you. You don't have to do it the way I did it, but I got the kit custom made because I didn't want to deal with boost issues. So I got this kit custom made for me for $1750 was the fabrication price, plus $250 for the piping, and what else? I gotta see that list again. Show you guys what we working with here. That's basically what it looks like. I just got this piping made. Like I said, the piping was $1750 to get it made. You don't have to do that. You can just get they sell like intercooler piping kits online where you can just get a bunch of 40-degree, 90s, and whatever, and just like put things together and piece it together yourself. But I personally didn't want to do that because I feel like I was gonna have to deal with a bunch of boost leaks, so I didn't go that route. I just had the whole thing made, had everything welded, so I won't have to deal with boost leaks. But while we're in here, I'll go ahead and tell you guys you're gonna need way better fueling if you're going to be going for a turbo setup. So I'm still on stock fuel lines, stock fuel rail, but I do have 1000cc injectors. For new injectors, depending on which ones you get, it's going to run you about $600 to $700 around there. The ones that I got cost $600, but you can get GTR injectors for like $400. They'll work perfectly fine, but I want to get 1000cc injectors. Oh, you're gonna need an upgraded fuel pump because the stock pump will not allow you to make any power. And the fuel pump that I got is a AEM 340 pump, and that costs around $150. So it's not that expensive. There's another 255 pump that you can get that's cheaper, but I wanted to get the 340 pump, so that's what we went with. And all the vacuum lines that you guys see, they obviously have to run from the engine bay all the way back to the turbo, and that cost me around $30. I don't know how much this is so far, but I'll add it up in the video. I'll probably put it like right here or something on this side, but I'll keep adding it as we go on. The fabricator put this resonator in right here. This is this originally wasn't a part of the plan, but I knew that rear mount turbo kits sound terrible because this is basically a straight pipe. But I had them put it in this resonator. If you guys want to go a cheaper way, instead of paying $1750, you can pay, I want to say like $500 to get the same job done. All you have to do is get your exhaust cut off and then weld a flange for the turbo, and that'll save you like hundreds of dollars. Like, you don't even have to get all this done. I got this custom pipe done for the wastegate dump. I got this wastegate dump made to kind of like match up with the exhaust. You don't have to do that. You can have it to where it just comes out, or you don't even have to have anything at all. Just a little straight pipe, bro, like with the V-band. But I got that made. I wanted it to look really nice. You don't really see stuff like this often. Like, this is very different, and that's what I was really going for. But yeah, and to be different, it costs money. Oh, all the oil lines, they obviously run from the back to the front of the car to the oil pan. So I think with all the oil lines, it ran me around $200 just because of the different sizes and different fittings and stuff. The fittings were like $100. Bro, I swear to God, I'm yeah, so for the oil lines, it cost me around $200 for all the lines to go back and forth from the front to the back of the car, and back again. But what else did I say? Oh, and for all the fittings that you need to like go into the turbo, to go into the oil pan, to go into the return side, whatever. All those fittings cost me $100 for all those little things. And oh, you're gonna need the Z1 oil pan spacer because it has the little adapters where you can connect a fitting so the lines can go straight into there, so you don't have to drill a hole into your oil pan and risk messing it up. And that costs $180, I believe. So yeah, you need that. I already went over the piping. Oh, the couplers and the clamps cost me around $200. There's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 10. There's about 10 that run from the front to the back of the car, and a bunch of clamps. I still have extra clamps, but I have a bunch of clamps that I got, and all that cost me around $200. Like I said, I don't know how much this is so far. I'll add it up. Oh yeah, you'll need a boost gauge. Boost gauge runs you about like $50. It's not very expensive. I don't have an AFR gauge, but you'll probably want that. That costs around $200. I didn't get it, so I'm not gonna add it up in there. Oh yeah, obviously you guys are gonna need a tune. If you're not tuned already, buy a tuner that's gonna tune your boosted car. And if you're going straight for a boosted tune, it's gonna be really expensive, probably like $1,200 to $1,400 for a tune. But since I was tuned before, it only cost me around $600. It cost me $600 for my retune. But yeah, I suggest you get an NA tune first before you get a boosted tune. That's just my advice to you because you'll save a lot of money. But yeah, $600 for a tune. I think that's it. I think that's all you need, bro. You don't need a lot for these setups. It's very simple. It connects to your stock exhaust. It'll work with any exhaust that you have, really. You just have to get the end modified to attach to the turbo and then have the intercooler piping column all the way back to the front. Yeah, guys, like I was saying, this setup is very, very simple. You don't need a lot. You just need it to where the turbo connects to the back, comes all the way to the front. What you guys see right here. Like, if you do it differently than I did, this should only take about like $2,000. You could probably do this with, to be honest. You could do like something like this in your backyard. I obviously didn't want to do that. I little more reliable. I'm not saying that it won't be reliable if you do it the other way, but I want it to look nice and just everything work nice together. Yeah, you can honestly do this shit yourself. You don't technically need this, but I got an oil cooler. It sits right behind the intercooler. The oil cooler sits right behind the intercooler. An oil cooler will run you around $200. I got this really cheap one. There could be more expensive ones, but I don't know. I got one that's cost $200. I mean, it works. As long as it works, bro, it doesn't matter. You don't have to get the most expensive shit for it to work. Like my turbo is $500. My intercooler is like $200. Like you don't need expensive shit, bro. Everything will work. I just wouldn't cheap out on a wastegate. I wouldn't cheap out on fueling things. I wouldn't cheap out on that's basically it. Everything else you can cheap out on, and it'll work fine, bro. You don't have to. People on social media tell you all the time, like, to get the best shit. You don't have to get the best shit for it to work. I mean, obviously, the good shit is nice, but if it works, it works. I'm not gonna complain. Total cost, I'll probably put it right here, or you guys will see it as the video goes on. Total cost of everything, but that's basically it. That's basically all I paid. Well, I paid a little bit more because I bought the other kit before. And I had like a bunch of other things with it that I didn't get to use because it all got thrown away. But I'd say I probably spent like $7 grand on this setup, but I only have like 4 or 5 to show for it, sadly. But life goes on, shit happens. So if you guys are interested in boosting your car, this is all you need. Rear mount turbo kit. Obviously some things will change if you do a top mount or whatever. If you go the custom route, you won't need lines to go all the way from the front to the back, so it'll be a little bit cheaper on lines. But other than that, this is roughly around the cost. Oh guys, I forgot, last thing I should mention to you guys, on stock MAF, the MAF housing, it'll max out super quick. I think it maxes out like 320, somewhere around there it maxes out. And you won't be able to make any more power because the stock MAF won't be able to read it anymore. So you have to get the upgraded MAF. That's what I have right here. It's aluminum, and that'll run you about $20 to $25 depending on where you get it from. You can honestly get something like that on Amazon, but just have them weld that into your, whatever kit you get. It doesn't matter if it's a Turbonetics, custom kit, rear mount kit, it doesn't matter. Always get the upgraded MAF because but yeah guys, always make sure you get the upgraded MAF because it will max out. The stock one will max out. So that was a very important thing to know. I'm glad I remembered that. There's probably like a little bit of stuff that I don't remember or I just forget to mention, but whenever you're doing turbo stuff, you're always gonna feel like it's never ending. Like you're always gonna need more stuff. Bro, I swear to fucking God, bro. Alright guys, but that's gonna wrap it up. That's everything I basically spent on the turbo setup. Well, that's basically everything that you guys will spend if you want to replicate this. You guys can obviously get it cheaper, or if you want to replicate this, is everything that I spent roughly. But that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, and if I forget anything, I'll put it in the comments or description. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.